going out of the pre-grid as we speak. So let's get the action underway here in Andalusia. So the first second chance heat of finals day, it's Junior Rotax in action, and we have 23 competitors heading out onto the circuit. Edgar Vilkans will be on pole position. Alongside him will be Austin Lee. Then it's Andrew Douglas and Colin Van Lammeren rounding out row 2. Janis Diak and Alexander Mikos, row 3. Mackenzie Cresswell and Alvaro Gutierrez Bossa from Spain, row 4. Alexander Kroll from Spain and Mia Maret Pankratov rounding out the top 10. Drake Janssen and David Schnell on row 6. Daniel Hunt and Viktor Goryanov, row 7. Alexei Yalava and Alvar Zimizvara. That makes it a finish row 8. A finish row 9 as well, with Ada Turpainen and Jere Kokalainen, with Johnny Mertz and Zeno Falka rounding out the top 20. Completing the 23 strong as they go on to the formation lap here, with 7 minutes set on the timer, is Carl Gustav Borgard from Denmark, Luca Colin Scholz from Germany, and João Diniz from Portugal. This is where it really counts. These drivers will be fighting tooth and nail over the next 7 minutes, plus an additional lap. A big thank you to everyone that watched the live stream on YouTube, Facebook, and also on the Downforce radio feed that will be accompanying us throughout the 2020 season. We had over 76,000 in terms of an organic reach yesterday, which for us is a new standpoint in our broadcasting schedules for 2020. Was a real highlight for the entire team, and we thank you to everyone that clicked on the link clicked on the video to have a watch and have a listen of what's been some great action. 24 races yesterday. We broke the camel's back. We now go into the first of 12 races. 10 finals in total, 2 per class, and at the end of the day, at around about 4:15 local time, we will crown our Winter Cup winners for 2020 with €31,000 worth of prizes on offer. For tickets to the International Trophy at Le Mans International Circuit between the 28th of July and the 1st of August, and also entries to the Euro Trophy. We've got a straggler at the back, well pointed out there, Sarah, thank you for that. I think that might be João Diniz, possibly from Portugal, as the rest of the field makes their way through turn 18. The first of 2 second chance heats get underway here in southern Spain. The revs rise, we go lights out and racing, as it's nearly 4 abreast up towards turn 1 for the very first time. About sort of just after the bottom half of the top 10, as they head up the hill, through turn 4, up into the tight left-hander at 5, down a slight descent. Sarah and I had a bit of a track walk, which took us about 40 minutes. These drivers will probably be doing it at around about 65 seconds, as up the hill they go, towards the crest, over the hill they go, down the brow, down into turn 9, heading down the hill. Everyone making it through thus far. There's been no skirmishes. As we go into turn 11, that can unsettle the kart. We noticed that there was quite a few bumps heading into there. As the leaders make their way through the exit of turn 12, there is a kart train of around 9 karts, and then the rest of the field, there's a move for around 13th. A bit of side-by-side action, including the 277 of Goryanov. But the leaders now stream their way down towards turn 16. And the battle for what is around 8th position at the minute looks to be quite intensifying there, as the leaders come across the start line to complete lap 1. Vilkans from Latvia leads, ahead of Douglas by just over 0.3 of a second. There's Van Lammeren. Austin Lee dropping down to 4th position. Gutierrez Bossa from Spain rounds out the top 5, followed by Mackenzie Cresswell. And the battle for 6th to 8th position, that's Cresswell, Mikos and Stiak. That's getting very close, very much line astern. And at the back part of the field, that is Luca Colin Scholz. So set positions 7, 8 and 9 heading down the hill. And that is being led by Alexander Mikos from Poland, Janis Diak from Germany, and Mia Maret Pankratov now up into 9th position, as it's a great dice between the trio. And I'm just keeping an eye on that. Mikos has lost out and has dropped 2 positions. So ahead goes Yanis Diak and Miamaret Pankratov. And there's a chat that someone's being a bit brazen going round the outside. That's possibly Mackenzie Cresswell or Gutierrez Bossa. The changes for 5th position are happening quite quickly. And it is the 2:16 of Great Britain's Mackenzie Cresswell who has the advantage for the moment. 3-second penalty being issued, and that's for Alexander Kroll from Spain, running with Dan Holland, racing this weekend. As the leader, Vilkans from Latvia, is starting to break away, has a gap of around 0.8 of a second ahead of Andrew Douglas from Great Britain. Then it's the Netherlands, represented by Colin van Lammeren in the 2:63. And it's the 2:14 of Alexander Kroll that has had. He's left the tram lines with 2 wheels on the start on the formation start around about 3 minutes ago. But then I've just seen that Van Lammeren is hustling Andrew Douglas for what is second on the road. So it's Vilkans, Douglas, Van Lammeren, Gutierrez Bossa, Cresswell, Lee, Stiak, Pankratov, Mikos, Janssen, Simisvara now completes the top 11. Hunt from Latvia rounds out the top 12 ahead of Kroll, Jalava, Goryainov, Falka, Koikalainen, Deniz, Torpainen, Mertz, Borgard, Schnell and Scholz. That's the full running order. All carts still circulating. And now the gap between first and second has extended to over a second, 1.075 between Vilkans and now Colin van Lammeren takes away second position from Great Britain's Andrew Douglas. As they come across the crest, the top part of the circuit here at the 1,580 metre circuit. Karting Campillos here in southern Spain, and it's really getting dicey. Austin Lee definitely coming under pressure. And Austin's currently running in P6 at the minute. But he's started to get away. The young American based originally out of Portland, Oregon, now living in Nuremberg in Germany. Started karting, and at the back of the field, it's nearly 3 abreast going into turn 12. And in the middle of all of that is the 240. That is Torpainen from Finland. And there's a side-by-side just behind, and that's between Falka and Deniz. Leaders come across the line to start lap number 5 here with 2 minutes and 35 plus an additional lap left to go. Up the hill goes Vilkans, followed by Van Lammeren, Douglas, Gutierrez and Cresswell. Top 5 separated by 1.9 seconds, and it's only 7/10 between second to 5th position. But I'm just keeping an eye on the pace of Austin Lee at the moment. He's running on a 1 minute 5.5. That's his best time, and that was on the previous lap. He was only a tenth slower off of Mackenzie Cresswell, who's running on the Kart Republic chassis. Derek Janssen has got past Alexander Mikos from Poland, and that is a change for 9th, as Miamaret Pankratov still remains in 8th position. And there's a great scrap between the treble 2 of Simisvara and Jalava, both countrymen. So as it's side by side between the Finns going into turns 15 and 16. And that is the treble 2 of Simisvara. Simisvara's got the advantage going into turn 17. So Vilkan still leading. 1.5 seconds is the difference as Douglas drops behind Gutierrez Bossa from Spain. And it is really getting dicey out there. Vilkans at the moment is leading quite comfortably. The rest of the opposition don't have an opportunity to strike because the time is now at 70 seconds plus an additional lap for the second chance heat. And we'll find out who will be going through to the 2 finals later on for Junior Rotax. So less than 60 seconds remaining. Vilkans, Van Lammeren, Cresswell now up into P3. Gutierrez Bossa, P4. Austin Douglas is now in front of Austin Lee. So Douglas in 5th, Lee in 6th. Yanis Stiak from Germany still in 7th ahead of Miamaret Pankratov. Drek Janssen, Alva Simisvara round out the top 10. So the lead now is nearly 1.8 seconds as we go on to the penultimate lap of the race with 22 seconds remaining on the clock. Vilcans has comfortably got this in the bag, but the battle for second is going to change. Mackenzie Cresswell goes up the inside of Colin van Lammeren at the top of turn 5. And right behind, that is Gutierrez Bossa. And it's side by side for second and third through turn 8. Oh, that was close. The interlock wheels and Gutierrez Bossa steals third. Coming through turn 9. Great work from the Spaniard. So Colin van Lammeren is still as, again, Cresswell going up the inside of Gutierrez Bossa to retake third place. Here's Austin Lee, and along with that is Janis Diak. And just behind them is Andrew Douglas, and then also a little bit further back is Drek Jansen. So this time around, Edgars Vilcans will get the sign that is needed. Final lap here in the junior second chance heats here at Karting Campillos. And it's absolutely kicking off from around about That's from P6 with Drek Jansen, Andrew Douglas, Alvar Zimisvara. Now is the time to make your opportunity count. So from 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th position, the top 10 are pretty much line astern. And there's a bit of argy-bargy. Someone's lost out 2 places going down into turn 6. And the leader now is just exiting turn 12. And we've had 3 come together on turn 11. Oh, a bit of avoiding action there. And someone goes off and hits the barrier, glances the barrier. That's the 2:14. And that's Alexander Kroll. Great. Well, that was tried to thread the eye of a needle and unfortunately, could not have anything apart from unavoidable contact there with 3 cars coming together. Meanwhile, Edgar Vilcans wins the Junior Rotax second chance heat. Second, it's Colin van Lammeren. What a job from Austin Lee representing Germany. He got into the top 3. He started on second position, finished P3. Alvar Zimisvara and Alexei Yalava also made sure they got through to the top 5 after that carambolage at turn 11 on the final lap of the race. Mackenzie Cresswell, P6. Alexander Mikos, P7. Andrew Douglas in 8th. Ahead of Latvia's Daniel Hunt, Drek Jansen, Alexander Kroll, Janis Diak. And I can see that one of the drivers that was compromised was the Spaniard Alvaro Gutierrez Boza, who ended up way down the order. Also, Zino Falk has just taken the checkered flag, and Viktor Goryanov from Estonia also came a cropper, unfortunately. So the finishing order, Edgars Vilcans wins the second chance heat for Junior Rotax ahead of Van Lammeren, Austin Lee, Alvar Zimisvara, Alexei Yalava, Mackenzie Cresswell from Great Britain, Alexander Mikos from Poland, Andrew Douglas from Great Britain, ahead of Daniel Hunt, Drek Jansen, Alexander Kroll, Janis Diak, Jere Kokalainen, Ada Turpainen. We also had Joao Diniz, Carl Gustav Borgard. I think Maret Pankratov might have been an unwilling participant in that accident as she finished down in 17th position. David Schnell, Jonny Mertz, Luca Collins Schultz, Zino Falke were the last of the 21 drivers. And we've had a penalty issued post-race. Drek Jansen gets a penalty for causing a collision, a 5-second penalty. Alvaro Gutierrez Bosa and Viktor Goryanov also were at the tail end of the field, and that was an interesting way to finish the junior second chance heat here in Andalusia.